Hey there guys, I'm Joel, I create games, and today I want to work on having a UI menu. So here in the overworld you can see there's the player, there's the thing, there's the cave, there's the city. What I want is to have this sort of frame of the screen, which will be sort of the user interface. This will have some information about the game, like the number of weeks that have passed, or like the year and the weeks, and how much gold you've got, and buttons that you can click, like the character or opening up the options without using the keyboard and stuff like that. And then a lower one, which will just frame the screen at the bottom as well. Maybe there'll be some information tabs or something here as well. So I'm going to use the UI builder to work on this like UI basically. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go into Blender and I'm just going to create like a fake screen and I'm going to make like 3D. I'm actually going to make a 3D UI and that will be like my image that I use that will just be that will fill the whole screen, um, but will mostly be invisible because yeah, I just like to make 3D things and turn them into 2D. But hopefully it will look really nice and will fit into the world. And yeah, I'll see how it goes. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so I've done the UI and it was really hard. Um, I didn't think it would be as hard as it was, but there was some strange things that I came across, some rules, I guess, of the UI element toolkit that I didn't know about and really struggled to fix, and then ultimately kind of stopped and gave up, or fixed it, but it took way longer than I thought. The first of those is buttons. For some reason, buttons can't be different shapes other than squares. So I tried to make this whole thing a button, but I just couldn't do it, and so I made that a button inside of the square. I didn't want it just to be a square, but I don't know how that looks. I'll try and get it working in the future, I think, but right now that's what it is. And that. The second thing is clicking objects, um, clicking objects while in the overworld. Because when I click around, that moves. But when I click on this object, for instance, this UI element, um, I don't want it to move my character to that position. So if I click here, it will move my character, right? If I click here, it will move my character. If I click on the button, it won't, right? And even if I click outside of it now, it won't. That's because I'm basically checking if the object, if my mouse is hovering over the object, and if it's hovering over, I tell it that it's hovering over a blocker. And so every object that I want to be a blocker, I can tell um, it to be a blocker of my mouse when I move it. Really difficult. I I hated it trying to figure that out, but it's about basically adding events to buttons using universal um, sprite sheets or something, or Unity sprite sheets or something. Anyway, I've done that now. Um, and yeah, so this is what it's going to be. There's a top banner here. Uh, this is not the finished thing, but it gives you an idea. The week is very important in this game because it's the end game. Um, the game ends after a certain number of weeks, so it's quite central there. Your levels there, that's how powerful you are, quite important. Your gold's going to be up here, that will be updated um, based on how much gold you have in your inventory, effectively. Um, it's not implemented right now, but I want to. There's going to be this lower thing as well. I think I'll have like maybe a pause button here that just pauses everything, and maybe space will pause everything, and a play button, and maybe a double speed button here as well. And on this other side, I might have something else. I don't know. This will be the menu, so the options. So this is the equipment. I can then go into my equipment. This will be the options. This will bring up, you know, leave game, save game, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's the thing. This was really hard. It actually took me probably about 4 days to do this, and that square button thing took me about 2 days. Do you see this event blocker here? When I hover over it, event blocker. There we go. It's just blocking it. And I reckon I can do this for all of this if I wanted to. Although right now I'd have to separate out this from this and make them individual things, and they have to be square right now, I think. But whatever. Anyway, that's what I've done. I think it works fine at the moment, and I'll work it on in the future. But I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys found that interesting. This was probably the hardest thing I've done yet, surprisingly. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting. I definitely did, and I'll see you guys again soon. Okay, bye.